Welcome to The Leftovers. I'm Rachel Bell. The Leftovers is audio left on the cutting room floor from last week's Your Last Meal interview. And today, you'll hear never-before-heard cuts from Padma Lakshmi, 16-time Emmy-nominated TV host, executive producer, best-selling author, and activist. Padma hosted Top Chef for 17 years. And her new show is called America's Culinary Cup. It premiered a couple weeks ago on CBS. Last week on the show, Padma and I bonded over our shared love of eating in bed.
The bed picnic started because sometimes on Sunday, I would arrive to Sunday, which was my only day where I really had off, like so tired. And so I would go to the gym, come back, have a shower, put on some clean, crisp pajamas, make a plate of little sandwiches and a big pot of tea, and then put that on a tray and set it on my bed and just while away the time spreading the New York Times, the hard copy, the print copy, everywhere. And, you know, my stack of magazines and spend a beautiful, cozy Sunday in. Like that's
luxurious.
Yeah.
If you missed that episode, I recommend pausing this one and going back to listen to that one first. But if you're all caught up, here's my lightning round with Padma Lakshmi. Number one, what is your perfect birthday cake? Or if you're not a cake person, perfect birthday dessert?
I love millefeuille, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big dessert person, so I love pound cake.
Yes, me too.
And I love simple desserts like that. That would be what I would want. I would want no frosting and just a pound cake.
I'm the same. I always scrape the frosting off and then other people want to eat it.
Yeah, me too.
You have eaten around the world. You've had so many really special, unique food experiences. Is there a cuisine or some kind of experience or a food that you have yet to try that you would really like to?
That I haven't tried? Well, yeah. I don't know. I've had it, but I don't know enough about Egyptian cuisine. I think I would like to know more about it. I mean, I'm guessing it's adjacent to Algerian or Moroccan cuisine. And I know, you know, there are things that are both savory and sweet, but I would like to delve into what that is.
I dated an Egyptian American. His parents were Egyptian. And like one of the main things you eat for breakfast is called fool, which is fava beans. We're going to open someday our restaurant, our Mr. T restaurant called I Pity the Fool. And we will invite you to come and eat it.
That's so cute.
Okay. Related to your daughter again, she just turned 16. What were you like when you were 16 and what were your favorite foods then?
When I was 16, I used to eat regularly at lunchtime a chimichanga, which is literally like the size of a brick with beef and cheese and beans. Because by 16, I was finally eating meat and it was the most unhealthy thing you could eat. And I would eat taquitos with that squeezed bottle of some kind of watery guacamole green sauce. I would eat a Carl's Jr. bacon Western cheeseburger.
Uh-huh.
I ate a lot of spaghetti and meatballs, a lot of pizza, and just a lot of tacos. I grew up in New York, but I did go to high school in Southern California. So all of that kind of stuff is what I ate.
Yes. People bring you food when you're on book tour, which is amazing and also interesting to know what do you decide to eat and what do you decide not to eat. But what are some of the standouts? And do you ever not eat something that somebody brings you?
Yes, I sometimes feel like it's not okay to, like, I'll just make that decision. But this lady, oh my God, the last book tour I did, where was I? I think I was in Chicago, and she brought me tamarind rice. She's clearly South Indian. And she brought me tamarind rice in this stainless steel little container. I didn't eat it that night because we were going out to dinner. I ate it the next morning because we didn't have time to go have breakfast before our plane. It was so delicious. And it was exactly like somebody in my family had made it. And it was wonderful. It was delicious. And I think she is somebody who practices Ayurvedic nutrition. It was so good. And it even came with an appam, which is a South Indian papadam.
Oh, yeah.
It's fried, and it's perfect to eat that, you know, crushed on top of the tamarind rice. I couldn't have made it any better. It was wonderful. And so that I really appreciated because it hit the spot. It wasn't a big portion. It was just a nice offering, which was lovely. You know, that I went out on a limb because I had a feeling she was okay.
Yeah.
You know, generally, I don't eat things that are not packaged. I don't at this time, but I used to 15 years ago. I had a couple of stalkers. And so I'm a little careful about that, you know? But if it's sealed and I'm curious about, a lot of people will bring me products, small business, you know, artisanal jam makers or tea make, you know, and we also get a lot of PR packages sent to the office. And so I often that and skin products and books, you know, we get like 3 to 4 books a week of all kinds, you know, on women's reproductive health because of the foundation, on memoirs because I published one, on children's books because I published, you know, so like it's not just cookbooks, right? It's a lot of that. And I'm appreciative of it, but there's just a lot.
Okay, last question. You are, like you said, a New York girl. You grew up in the Upper East Side. You live there now. To you, what is the most New York food or something you crave the most from New York when you're out traveling?
Pizza.
What's your favorite?
There is a chain of pizza places. There's a few of them downtown, and they all have different names, but I think they're all pretty much the same. And they're a combination of the New York slice, but also an individual Italian pizza, like a Roman pizza.
Yeah.
So one is called Gruppo in the East Village. One is called Vezzo in Midtown. And Spunto is the one here in Tribeca, Soho area. And I love those pizzas. They're great.
And that was Padma Lakshmi's Leftovers. The Leftovers and Your Last Meal are both products of Seattle's Cascade PBS. We encourage you to become a Cascade PBS member. For as little as $7 a month, you get streaming access to all PBS shows. This episode was produced by me, mixed and mastered by Sarah Bernard, original theme music by Prom Queen. Make sure you're signed up for my newsletter. It's called The Nosh Newsletter, and it comes out every other Wednesday. Last week, I wrote about discovering an excellent tiki bar in a Seattle bowling alley, my love for boring beige cereals, and I wrote about finally making something my friend and I have talked about making for years, challah hoagies. Basically, a big cartoonish sub sandwich on homemade challah. Find a link to sign up for the Nosh newsletter in the show notes, or go to cascadepbs.org/Nosh newsletter. I'm Rachel Bell, and this is The Leftovers.